There has been about 1,000 reports in regards to us sending a package with Ben Simmons to the Brooklyn Nets in return us getting James Harden. 1,000 reports. So I'm here to tell you, if tomorrow comes and we still have 2-5 on the bench and James Harden is still in Brooklyn, well, everybody in the NBA knows nothing and Daryl Morey let us down.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, we got a lot to talk about. Is it real or is it smoke? Let me know in the comment section. But before we do that, Sixer Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop, just like all the news that has been hitting from hour to hour, minute by minute. And this is what kind of set the ball, right? Set the ball in motion. Brian Windhorst, of course. The Sixers are trending towards making a deal for James Harden. That is what started it. Brian Windhorst, of course, pretty much a member of Clutch Sports, right? When he first said it, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. But then we get more stuff from him, but it's not talking about his Clutch client in Ben Simmons. It's talking about James Harden wanting out for real, for real. James Harden is pushing for a trade and is screaming in every way possible to get out of Brooklyn. So he wants out. Now, in this report, they're not saying he automatically wants to come to Philly, but we heard it from his camp already that he is very interested in playing alongside of Joel Embiid. And who wouldn't be, especially with his skill set? Joel Embiid would elevate him and make it so much easier on him. Now, a lot of people say Daryl Morey didn't totally let us down because we still have the all season. You can't let this slip away. What Embiid is doing, you can't let it slip away. Not saying he can't do it next year, but you never know. In sports, there are injuries. Knock on fake wood. We got to attack now. Why? While Embiid is unstoppable. I repeat, unstoppable. Now, when you look at some of the reports that came out, this one came out from Jacob Eisenberg that kind of caught me off guard. This would be like the ultimate Daryl Morey, trying to contend, but even putting us in a better situation next year to have a legit super team, right? Not vetted, but I've heard talks involving many as 4 or 5 teams, including the Nets, Sixers, Thunder, and Pacers, and one mystery team. Nets and Sixers are haggling, but circling in on Ben plus Curry to the Nets with picks, right? Harden goes to Philly, who will be looking to poach Buddy Hield from the Pacers to replace Seth, right? So Seth, Simmons, Brooklyn, Hield comes to us. Tobias gets shipped to OKC, right? Now, a lot of people are going to say who's going to play power forward for the rest of the year. We could figure that out through the buy-in market, right? John Collins still on the table as well. You might be able to slide money that way if Tobias goes and that spot open up for picks and they take the money and we make it work with guys we're going to just let go anyways. It would be amazing, right? Tobias is playing good basketball now, and I think Harden, Embiid, and Tobias will be able to get it done with Maxey and depending who we have left, either Curry or Thibault. I think that's a great team, especially with Harden being able to make the game easier for Harris. No dribbling, no thinking, react, post up, layup, shoot. That's it. Much more space for Harris as well because Harden will command double teams as well as Joel Embiid. Now, this is something I'm not sure, but again, every check mark, anybody who can just open their ear or talk is offering their point. But the crazy thing is this: are they all lying? Are they all lying? Because before today and yesterday, we heard the Sixers talk about, let's just wait. Daryl Morey had said that. We talked about the Nets saying we're not trading them. What all changed for everybody to be sticking their neck out? Because one thing is this: if one guy's wrong, it's one guy. If 1,000 guys are wrong, what's going on with the NBA reporting system? Now we're seeing reports that are featured around, guys like Jordan Schultz, and I'll pull up the next one who's quoting another Brian Windhorst. League sources said the Nets have asked for Sixers Matisse Thybulle and Tyrese Maxey. That's where I say we can't do it. Maxey is off the table. Thybulle, Curry, I'll think about one. I'll even think about both. But Maxey is off the table. They're also looking at, again, sharpshooting Seth Curry with a career 44% three-point shooting. Now, he went to quote tweet himself, not saying Maxey's the deal breaker in this situation, but the Nets are trying to squeeze every piece of they're just trying to squeeze all the juice out of this deal. Simple and plain so they don't look bad. But another report from Brian Windhorst, who's pro this trade, right? Because he's in cahoots with 2-5 and Clutch Sports. Nets are currently asking for Ben Simmons and 2 or 3 other pieces in exchange for James Harden per Brian Windhorst of ESPN. Just a lot of things came out, and there's plenty more, but I'm not going to just pull up 1,000 tweets. Now, this was my tweet. With all these so-called reports, and this is kind of how I started this video, with all these so-called reports about James Harden going to the Sixers for Ben Simmons and company, it better happen. Like, you can't leave us hanging. Follow your boy on Twitter at Philly_Mike25. It's up there and it's down there below me. Follow your boy. But you can't not get it done at this point. Now, there's one thing I want to say in regards to all the talk shows, right? Undisputed, First Thing First, First Take. Every talk show, podcast is talking about this like they got info too. Now, I don't believe everything Stephen A. Smith says. However, he's been a reporter in Philly for a long time, right? He got ties. Now, he's been pro Sixers keeping Simmons. He's been pro don't give Simmons for Harden. It's not a good deal for both teams, right? I don't know how he thinks that, but that's what he thinks. He said he got a text from a reliable source telling him to get over it. It's going to happen. He shared that today on First Take in front of Kendrick Perkins. Perk has said Harden's going to Philly. And Stephen A. Smith said today that the person that texted me, a reliable source, said for me to get over it. So that's one thing I'm like, why would he say that? Because that makes him look like he was wrong. Because he said multiple times that the Sixers won't do it and they shouldn't do it. All I'm going to say is this. If the 4-team trade, let me pull it up one more time, would somehow find its way, wow. Talk about your all-time super team next year when you have the money that you were going to pay Tobias. You could get any open all-star on the market. It will be Embiid, Harden, and an all-star, another all-star with Maxey and whatever's left. I need to know from you right now, if you made it this far in the video, if they wanted both Thybulle and Curry, would you do it, right? Say this 4-team trade don't exist and Tobias will stay on the team. If they're saying, we understand you don't want Maxey to go, we can't just pick Simmons, Picks, and Thybulle. Simmons, Picks, and Curry. We want Simmons, maybe a less pick, take one pick back, but we want Curry and Thybulle. Would you do it? I think at this point, I would want to give up one, and I'm actually more for keeping Thybulle and getting rid of Curry because what Harden offers is scoring as well. So I would do Simmons and Thybulle by itself, Simmons and Curry by itself, but I prefer Simmons and Curry. And if they ask for both, I don't know. I still probably would do it. Yes, I would do it. And a lot of people are going to say, well, you said yesterday on DJ's channel that you think Harden's going to be here no matter what in the offseason. I don't want to wait that long because one bad injury next year can ruin the whole thing. It could really ruin the whole thing. You got to take every year for what it's worth. And right now we got the MVP. The Sixers are a top seed in the East with a missing piece and a bum bench. You got to take everything for face value and understand that anything can happen. And so I'm not sacrificing a great season from Joel Embiid for nothing. Ben Simmons, whoever Ben Simmons being traded is not a body no more. We got to stop saying Ben Simmons and really he's a ghost. He hasn't been here. So when you think Thibault and picks for Harden, of course, stop saying Ben Simmons. He's not playing for the Sixers. Curry and picks for Harden? Of course. Curry, Thibault, and picks? Of course. Because Ben Simmons is not on the roster. He's not with us. Tomorrow, everything will be said. Was the 1,000 of reports that came out today false? Was everybody blowing smoke? Or did one T forget to be crossed? One I forget to be dotted? But to get this far in it, to come out of Thursday like, well, 2-5 still here. I just don't know. It shouldn't have been this heavily reported if that's the case. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Tomorrow is going to be huge. Huge. My gut says go get Harden for any deal besides Maxey and Embiid. Get him. With all that being said, appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Also, hit that like button. That's nice that my subscribe thing went behind the picture. Y'all know what time it is. We out. Peace.